You know, dang thumbnail. I'll try this. Okay. Hey y'all, it's Miora, and in this video I'm gonna be making red pepper and basil turkey meatballs. I got this recipe from FitSoulKitchen, so in the description box below will be their website as well as the ingredients needed for this recipe. Please like this video, and if you're not already subscribed, subscribe. It will mean a lot to you, girl. All right, let's get on with the video. Alright, so to get started, we're just going to use some almonds. I got these from Walgreens, but you can use any sort of almond. I'm going to be using the Cool Grind blade grinder. This is the Crepresso brand. It's a coffee grinder, but we basically just want that same consistency of ground coffee with these almonds. We need 3 tablespoons of that, so we're just going to grind it all up and then get those tablespoons from there. So here we have the ground almonds. You can see that it's nice and fine. There are some big pieces in there, but that's okay. We only need 3 tablespoons of that. So you're going to get your 3 tablespoons and you're going to get a container and then set those to the side. The ground almonds are actually going to be used instead of breadcrumbs so we can keep this meal gluten-free. So we have our red pepper and our onion washed and ready to be chopped up. The recipe calls for 2 red onions, but I only ended up using a little bit more than half of the red onion. Okay, look. I'm just trying to cut it the best way that I can. I ain't no damn chef now. I just want to get the green stem out and get all of that white stuff out. And we're going to chop up the pepper into tiny, tiny little pieces. And then that's going to be put into a bowl. Same thing we did to the pepper, we're going to do to the onion. Cut it up in whatever way you need to, and you're going to chop it up into little fine pieces and put it into that bowl as well. Alright, so after 10,000 years, the onions are cut. If you can get them smaller than I got them here, then that's even better. But you're just going to throw them into that bowl, and I put the rest of that in another area. So now we're going to be using the Nature's Rancher ground lamb. I got this from Whole Foods. Each pack is about 454 grams, and you need 500 grams for the recipe. So what I ended up doing was, after I opened the package, I ended up just opening one, putting it into that bowl, and then taking a little bit of the other package and just taking a little bit more. So I have hopefully around 500 grams. So we got 2 cloves of garlic. You just want to take off all that stuff until you get the smooth part. Crush it and then chop it up, put it in that same bowl with the meat, onions, and pepper. Okay, so we got our ground almonds from earlier. You're gonna throw that up in there. We also got some salt and some pepper. It says to use 1 teaspoon of each, but I kind of just put it in there. I didn't know if it was gonna be enough salt and enough pepper, so I just kind of throw it in there. Yes, it's Morton's. Please don't judge me. But yes. Once you have all your ingredients in the bowl, you're going to incorporate it all together. You can use your hands, a spoon, whatever you want. Just make sure you washing your hands before, after you touch anything. But you're just going to incorporate that in the bowl, and then, yeah. So we got our aluminum foil pans. I had a really big one, but I just did 2 smaller ones. It said you could use a spoon or an ice cream scooper, but I ended up just using my hands to make the meatballs. I kind of made them really big. They came out great anyway, but if you can make them smaller, definitely make them smaller than how I did. But you're just gonna roll them up and throw them on the sheet. So as I'm sitting here just reviewing the ingredients and instructions, I realized that I forgot to put the freaking egg into the mixture before I even mixed and made up the meatballs. So the egg was just sitting over there like, girl, you gonna add me in too? I was very upset. So I basically just came back and put that egg in the bowl and threw everything in there and mixed it all up again. I actually noticed once I put this egg in there that the meatballs, actually making the meatballs was a lot easier. So on the website it says put the meatballs in the oven on 150 for 10 minutes. I didn't do that. I heated the oven up to 350 and I basically just had them in there and just checked on them while I was making the sauce. So I pretty much didn't follow the directions on that end just because I didn't think that was gonna have it cook all the way. So we're gonna start making the sauce. First, we're going to take those onions that we didn't use. We're going to put them in the cast iron and we're going to put that on like a medium heat and saute those until they're transparent. Once those are sauteing, we're going to put in the Violife cream cheese. It's 100% vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, really great for an alternative for cream cheese. So I was really happy that I could actually find that at Whole Foods, and that was actually included in the recipe. I'm also going to be using the Coop Stone Ground Organic Mustard. It calls for whole grain mustard. I don't really know what that meant, but it looks whole grain, but you know, you want to have that as well. After adding a little bit of garlic powder, salt, and pepper to the onions, you're going to take the container of the cream cheese. It's really thick, so it takes a little bit of work to get it out, but you're just going to add that entire container to the sauteed onions, and you're going to let it incorporate in. Alright, so we're going to be adding that mustard in. You want to do a tablespoon. I just eyeballed it. I figured that was enough. But a tablespoon of that into the mixture. Don't do what I did. I accidentally let it sit on the stove for like a minute without incorporating it, so it got all weird. But yeah, once you add that in, you just want to mix it in and also get a half a cup of water and then pour that into the mixture as well. I got these sun-dried tomatoes from Whole Foods as well. You just want to get 5 or 6 of them. Put them into the mixture, let that incorporate in. I also cut them a little bit just so I can have a little bit more in there. So I'm going to be using gluten-free pasta. You can serve the meatballs with whatever, but I just want to do the pasta. I got that from Jules, and it's a really good brand that tastes the most like pasta to me. Sometimes you'll have some gluten-free pasta and it tastes like rice, or it'll be all, I don't know, the texture just won't be right. But that brand, the Select whatever, it's a really good brand. So I'm adding in some basil. The basil brand is Gotham Greens. They have a location in Pullman, Illinois, but they have really great produce, really great pesto sauce as well. I got that from Pete's. But yeah, so I'm just adding that in and just letting everything heat up and mix, letting the pasta heat up and mix as well. Alright, so the meatballs are finally done cooking. I got them out the oven, put them in the sauce, and then I also added in the pasta as well. Definitely realized, like, at this point that those meatballs were very big. So like I said, if you can make them smaller, I definitely would do that. But they turned out really great. And then I added in that pasta. Could have used a little bit more pasta as well, but everything ended up tasting really good. Just wanted to put that all in and then have that heat on still, just so everything could just marinate together. Oh yeah, and a little bit of paprika just for some color, child. That's it. That's it. Really don't do much.
That's a good sauce. Let me clean my stove off.
And that's the video. Everything tasted really, really good. I didn't get any footage of me actually eating it, which I realized I should have did.
Alright, so that's the video. Like I said, please like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for more gluten-free, gluten-sensitive, dairy-sensitive recipes that I'm going to be trying out on this channel. Alright, peace.